Right, yeah, I thought I'd go live a bit. I don't know, this could be long-winded. So, made new bobbins. These are 3 times the size, actually I should say 1/3 extra the size of the original bobbins, which was smaller. And right, original bobbin and the new ones. So there's an extra 1/3 on there, so that will give me an extra, well, 2 of these big ones will basically give me an extra 20 volts peak to peak. I think that's right. I worked it out a bit earlier. So that should boost the amount of output of current as well, because the new design, the new build, obviously, the circuit that's on the screen has got nothing to do with the generator, it's to do with my solar panel thing, so I'm going to be doing some upgrades on that in a little while, because it doesn't trigger all the time. So what I'll be doing is putting a pull down resistor on R1, which is a circuit I made a few years back. The junction of R1 and where is it? D1, where are you? There you are, D1. So the junction of D1 and R1, I want to pull down a resistor of about 3K, because then it will trigger more effectively, more efficiently than what it is at the moment. Because I don't know, I never thought of this before, but when the solar power voltage drops, the op-amp, which is this thing here, the op-amp on that pin, if that's pulled down, which is that pin 2, it will switch more effectively, but at the moment I'm only pulling up pin 3. I really want to be pulling down pin 2 as well. So anyway, if you get that, so anyway, R1, I'll go back to where was that one. Right, so I've got to take that board off so the charger in a bit. Anyway, so I made printed the new bobbins earlier today, and I've just acetone them together, joining them together, and I'm just, at the moment, I'm just putting some copper contacts on, because I'm going to be winding these a bit later. That's weird, wasn't it? Oh, keep losing things. It's moving. I had the generator going a bit ago. I turned it off because after a while the noise gets on my nerves. Besides, it's not doing all good right now. It'll be a lot better when I get these new coils round. My 3D print finished a while ago. I'm waiting for the drum to pop off the bed, so I'm going to grab that in a while as well. Actually, I should have been taking the magnets out of another two drums today, and I haven't. So that's to do. It's another job to do. I've got jobs left, right, and centre. So little things to do, and I'm just cutting the copper tape in half so that the wires can go through the slots. So that's 3 of them done. I've just done those 3. I've got this one to do. That's weird. That's also what the colour in my eye. I don't keep seeing things. I think it's a reflection on my glasses. I forgot to clean that with alcohol if I stuck it on. Oh, it sticks alright. Oh well, should be alright. Those 12 bobbins are all ready to be wound. And this is my extraction tool that I made, or insertion tool. Putting the ferrite coils in. So the way that works is so let's say I want to put 3 ferrite coils. I'm going to get 2 on at a time at the moment. So I want to get 3 ferrite coils into my bobbin. And get them in straight. I use a vice normally if I want to get them out really hard, but you can use your thumb. Got 2 in. Three coils. fitted in the bobbin. Nice tight fit and you don't fall out. So the idea is that if I want to take the coils out the other bobbins, some of the other bobbins I've got in there, it's easy because they're quite hard to get out when there's 3 of them in there. But not with this tool I'm 3D printed. Quite easy once you get it in the middle. There we go. Once it's in the centre, it pushes them out into this thing here, which is slightly oversized, so they come out very easily. As you can see, this ring is a bit oversized compared to what the bobbins are. So then, just pop my coils out that way. But I don't want any coils in while I'm going to wind it because, well, you'll see the bit anyway. Let's see which way around. I'll stick this out of the way. Right, so the coil winder, I'll have to. Oh, well, I'll put the coil winder. Right. I'll put it in the room, isn't it? I'm going to be going with 28 SWG. It's about 2 SWG thicker than the other wire. 30. I was using 30 for the other coils, but I probably need to discharge this thing into the. Oh, it's already tripped. Oh, I can discharge it now. I need to manually do it on this end. Now, to speed things up, what I've been doing is, how much voltage is in there? Oh, that should be enough. Come on, you should trip. Why are you tripping? Oh, it is tripping. The blue light's come on. It's not quite bright, I didn't see it. Right. Just counting down. I'm discharging these supercapacitors over here into the supercapacitors up there. These are only what's it? Not really now. Oop! My meter lead came off. What the hell are they? I've forgotten. I think they're 100 farad. Is it? Can't see. I can't remember what these are. I know they put the iron on the inside where you can't see it. Idiots. Well, 120 farad, that's it. 120 farad. Each one. Dump it into 400 farad. Which, yeah. Anyway, I need to move all this stuff out because I want to start winding some coils. That can disappear. I really don't want to be charging that other supercapacitor up because I need to bring it down here because it's still daylight, so I want to sort the other circuit board out, you see, but I suppose in the meantime I can start winding a coil, I suppose. Right, I hope it's going to fit on there, it should. Maybe, actually. Has he got sticker or something? Oh no, this should fit on there. Right, so I've got to stick this in here. My blue tack's going all hard, so. Just warming up a bit with my fingers. I'm using friction fit, I'm just using glue tack because it's more adaptable. I've got some bobbins that vary in size slightly and I'm sick of 3D printing everything, so glue tack works pretty well. Oh, you call it silly putty, I suppose, in America. Anyway, I just need to get it on straight really. I might actually 3D print I think, but the trouble is, with it being round inside, there's nothing to hold on to it, and it would just start spinning around. The blue tack gives me a lot of friction when it's in there. Oh, my 3D print's about to burst off the table. Get in there. Right, stick the blue tack in. I need a plastic tool, basically a paintbrush, to pack it in and if you type that'll be alright. I need to push the blue tack all the way through. It needs to be in the middle, otherwise it'll be it'll start wobbling or something. Use a screwdriver. I'll bend it and push it better. That's good. That's another reason why I decided to use this adapter thing, because some of these bobbins are longer, and I would have to keep swapping out this thing every 5 minutes and putting a new adapter in. So this is universal sort of thing, you know. Oh, don't give me any grief now. That thing shrunk a bit. The adapter has shrunk. Still tight. Let's swap it around and see if it's easier way around. It's about that way. Let's try this one. And oh, that one's a bit sideways. So yeah, I must have got it upside down. Right, that goes on. Alright. Loosen this. Lift it up so I don't snap anything, because it's got a keyway thing and I don't want to snap it off. Right. Where's my clamp gone? I've lost that other clamp. Where did I put it? Oh, it's got to be around it. Oh, I see it. Just clamps this whole thing to the table so it doesn't keep sliding around. That's it. I haven't putted this wire up yet. Oops. Wire wants to be... Must remember to take the blue tack off, because last time it catch on something. I thought, what the hell's it catching on? It's blue tack. And I've got the bobbin upside down. Wonderful. I'll thread that through the hole first. This thing is warped on me. Right, that's that through there. I'll get my clamp on. Okay, that's on. I haven't used this for a few months now. Hard to believe that it's actually been a few months since I used it last. I hope it's not going to stick up on me. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lubricate this back, because it always gets tacky on me. WD-40 to the rescue. Bit of tissue, I don't want stuff going everywhere. I'll manage to get liquid dribble out the other side. Take the tissue out now. This bar has to be very slippery, otherwise it gets jammed. That's better. Feel it's easing off already. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's just check. Ooh, it's not breaking. So much crunching. I hope it's not going to snap on me. Hang on, let's check. Shit, it's broken, I think. Is it? Oh, something snapped. Hash! I don't believe it! Super glue time. Time for the super glue. It snapped. Right in there. Let's take the rubber bands off. This is for the back tension. It snapped in there. Good thing it's in that joint because it's not going to leak everywhere. Right, super glue. I had it crunching on me and I thought, well, if I could just drip some super glue in there, it'll be alright. Do it at 10 seconds. This bar, these 3D printed filament stuff, it has a tendency to break because it's fatigue. It's because I'm winding it all the time. It's bending, and eventually the strands come apart. But super glue fixes it every time. It's stuck already. Right, let's get it back in here. I know what it is. Take this clamp off because it's too tight at the clamp on. Put the clamp back on. Oh, don't stick to this as well. It's got super glue here now. Grease. I need some plastic grease on here. And a bit on this end. That's why it was fine. I think it's PTFE grease or something. So in theory it shouldn't affect the super glue. I can always wash it off with alcohol if I need to. Bobbin's not straight yet, so the first thing to do is to get this bobbin straight. Oops. So it didn't break on me. The other end snapped now. Can you believe it? Oh, is it? Oh, it's weakened anyway, hang on. This end snapped. Look, it's weak. It's coming away. It's not my day. It's not my day. Let's just put some super glue down there as well. It might have shrunk, you know, and then it pulled itself apart. That's stuck. I'm going to have to 3D print some new ones at a higher temperature. I've been printing at, I was originally printing at 260 Celsius, all my 3D print. Now I'm printing at 268 and it's even better, so the next time I print something, it's clamp actually, check it off a minute, because it pulls everything tight together, you see. Might be adding to the problem. Clamp back on now. I don't know. You twat! It's broken in a different place. This is not working. If it can't work when I've got a wire on it, it's broken in another place. Uh-oh, don't you stick to that adapter thing. Just realised. Push that up a bit. It's too freaking tight, that's what it is. It's spread out a bit. Might have to stick this in my vise. I don't think my vise is big enough. I'll use my G-clamp. It's actually not a G-clamp, it's a bit bigger than a G-clamp. I don't think you can see what this bloody thing is. This camera's pointing the wrong way. Move the camera over here a bit. I'm going to squeeze this thing together because I just my bolt thing. I think I want to be in that hole. Look, I want to be further apart. I'm just going to squeeze this thing together a bit. I don't want too much pressure on it as it might snap. It might just buckle out and snap. But I'm trying to bond the super glue, you see, by squeezing it a bit. 10 seconds. Guarantee some like glue in there hasn't set. That should do it. Right, have we squeezed you together enough? Take this damn clamp off because I can't get it in. can work. So when I'm winding, I go this way. I've got to make sure it's going to stay together before I start winding a coil, because the last thing I want is it breaking halfway through winding a coil. That is no fun, because then you've got a coil, you've got to stick to the glue on that to stop that moving around. Out of the way. This clamp might be putting too much pressure on it, I don't know. I'm going to stick it on the edge. It is squeezing it together, that's a fact. This whole thing has shrunk. It's like the actual legs are V'd like that. So I'm going to have to clamp this in a different way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my belts on in it. I'm going to clamp this on the edge of the table, like this. Oh, that's a bit weird. Alright, tilts a bit. Well, I'm going to have to clamp it on the side, because when you clamp it on the end like I normally do, it's breaking. Oop. Oh, I can't work like that. I'm not used to it. It's just going to have to work. Let me try it again. Just try closing that down. Oh, this end is moving around. I think it'll be alright. It'll wear in. Let's get these belts back on. Get the wire threaded up. I don't know if this gauge will go for the needle. I don't know if it will go for the needle. Let's try it. No. Too thick, so it's going to go over that top one instead. Oh, there you are. I need some I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Where's my PTFE go? Ah, there you are. Bit of contrast on unwinding. So, before I put the wire on, excuse me. Glue doesn't want to come out. Never mind. I've got a bit out. This is just for contrast. It also helps the wires lay better. So, of course, these bobbins are a little bit larger now. So, I'm going to have to go around twice with these wider bobbins. Oh, it's not stuck. Hang on, what else could I use? That'll work. It's static. Right. Now I'll thread the wire. Elastic band holds the wire. Right. I don't know how much strange was. Oh. I'm getting feedback from many camera. Anyway, nothing happening on there anyway at the moment. So. This wire wants to go this way around, so it doesn't start wrapping and getting in my way. Right, now I'm ready to start winding. What we counting the turns, I'm just going to fill the spool up. Get this lined up in a minute. Just getting started is the tricky part, really. This bobbin is not straight. I have to correct the bobbin sometimes. This blue tack, there's not enough on there really. I can bring the camera closer in a minute. I'll just turn that picture in picture off. Right. self-guided coil winder I made a few months back. Works really well. Self-guided wire, it does it all by itself. As long as the bobbin doesn't twist and get out. No, I haven't got coronavirus. I'm always coughing. Don't forget this a bit nearer. And I'll stick that box there. Might fall over though. It might fall over. I don't know. I'll try and give you a, try and give you a bird's eye view. If I put my bin there, oh, that's not going to work too well. Also a lot heavier to hold that. What can I use to hold that? I'll put my bins there and pop some tools against it. That should work. I need to get on what I've got. Just a minute. I'm worried about this thing going flying on me when I'm not looking at it. The things I do for a dead king country, because we don't have a king anymore, we have a queen at the moment, so that might work. I'm just going to stick a hole in this box and it won't fall over. Hang on a minute. Sorry you can't see what I'm doing, I'm just trying to secure this box that I've got it popped on. That should work. Oh yeah, it's not going anywhere now. I can move my bin out of the way. That's better. I've stuck a piece of metal in the side of the box in a hole and popped it against the fire hearth, and now this thing doesn't want to move, so I'm just going to get it straightened up a bit. Right, there we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. Oh, I've got pointing at the wrong coil. I'm pointing. I have to move the whole thing along a bit. Hang on a minute. Okay. Right, that should work. Right, this is the one I'm winding, that's the spool I'm taking the wire off, so I don't know why I was focusing on that one. Anyway, I should be able to see now. Right, so just wind. I'm hoping something doesn't go snap, which it could at any moment. Look at that, look how tidy that is. Magnifying glass, don't you can see anything. No, too much crap on the magnifying glass. I think, plus light reflection. Maybe if I do that. I can't even find it. Where is it? I zoomed in too much. Oh shit, the camera's falling off. And my magnifying glass is smashed as well. Nothing's working today. Hang on, mate. The camera just fell off the flipping. Not my day. I need some water on this thing. It's got a rubber sucker on it. The rubber sucker came off. Right. Get on there, you bugger. Right. Is your camera upside down now? Can't. I brought my magnifying glass as well. Hang on. Right. Back up. Ooh. Feet on. Don't you fall off your foot. My magnifying glass is broken. I got down the floor as well. It's not going well. Okay, so super glue again to the rescue. This is got to be Friday the 13th, but hang on, is it Friday the 13th? No, it's Saturday. This is broken. I went and snapped the damn thing. So I've got to super glue that. And I snapped it up here as well. It's great, wonderful. Good thing about 3D printing stuff, you can have to throw it together if it's ABS, or you can just super glue it and it works great. You can't do that with nylon. Come on, locate, stay. Come on, stay. 10 seconds is all you want, innit? Oh, I'm not holding pushed together properly. Ah! Shit! What is wrong with me today? Do the other end first. It's not sticking. Why is it not sticking? Oh. I mean, no, it's not lined up properly. I'll try and get both of them lined up. That's probably the best thing to do. I've got glue on both of them, so come on, you've got to stick. You usually do. It's probably dried already. It's probably soaked into the filament, into the plastic, and that's why it's not drying. Gotta keep it still for 10 seconds or longer. Ooh. No, still not sticking. Why is it not sticking? No, it sticks. Oh, that end's stuck. This end's stuck. Just go hold this one. Ah, I've got glue on the glass as well. One end's stuck. It's just this end now. It's not lined up right. Ah, that is. Keep breaking things. That's all because the damn camera fell off the damn tripod. Oh, it's sticking now. Ah, so it's not thumb. Ah! Right. Okay, it's stuck now. Right, I'm just going to leave that somewhere to dry. Yeah, I've got Hyde's watching me. Yeah, I'm having one of them days, Hyde. Right, let's resume coil winding. There's no way I jumped a step. It might have got knocked when that thing fell on it. No, it's fine. The wire's still in line. I have my other light over here, so... Ah, that's better. I was at too much light. This is battery powered. Probably better to put it on the other side. Oh, that might be better. Right. So when I get to the end, which is where I'm nearly at, which is where I'm slowing down, this will jump across the wire, that the little blade that's following the wire will... There, it clicked. Did you hear it click? When it clicks, I have to loosen this thing at the back, move it to the other side, because it back tensions the wire, move this thing out of the way, and do the rest. The wire jumps as well. Do the rest by hand, just up to that wall, just up to this, the edge of the bobbin, and then we go back the other way. Because I have to cover all that white tape, that's why I put that white tape on, so I can see clearly. Right, we're at the end. That is a perfect layer of wire. There are no gaps. No. You can tell by the way my fingernail is mine. And wires are all perfect. Now, I'm going to put some more of this shit on. So every layer I've got to do this basically. It's harder doing it once I've got the wire on there because I can't turn it backwards. So I have to literally go underneath, grab the end of it, come around the top, it's not too short. Oh, you twat. I'm not going to cut you a bit too short. Doesn't matter. It'll work. It's fine. I'll do underneath again because it's double wide, so I need more of this stuff. Can't get the end of it. Light's in the way now. Where's my tweezers? Get off, magnet. Stop grabbing my tweezers. I'm going to make it a bit longer. That should be good. It's very diluted, very much diluted nail varnish. There's not much nail varnish, it's nearly all acetone. But the acetone just makes this stuff stick to the windings and it won't come off easily. Right. Okay, now the next layer. Oh, this wants to be on the other side. The needle, move it across. There we go. If I don't get every layer perfect, I end it with a hole, and then the wires fall in the hole every single layer that you go on after that. So every layer's got to be perfect, otherwise subsequent layers that follow it will not be. And every error that you have on one layer adds to the next layer. I get my needle guide on there now. Back of it. That's bang on. I should be able to start going at warp back to 10 now. And the light needs to be on the other side now. I'm near the end. Oh, it just clicked, I think. Did you just click? Yes, you did. was the wire to the side of the needle, so it would give. There we go, right at the end. Let me see. I'm going to put my watchmaker glasses on because I can't see so well, and I went and bought my magnifying glass, so it's so I glued it. So I'm just going to use these things, so I can just get right to the end without it buckling up on me. Yeah, I think I've gone too far actually. Maybe not. Hang on, get my hook. I think the wire's slipped across a bit. Yeah. Oops. I don't want you right now, go away. It's just the ends are a pain, you know, you've got to get the ends right, otherwise nothing else goes right. Right, that's good. Right, now, guess what next? It gets a lot easier as I get near the top, trust me. So I'm using PTFE. It's the thinnest stuff I can find, and it doesn't sacrifice a layer of wire because it's so pretty thin. 0.1 millimeters or less, actually, I think it is. Probably 1,000th of an inch, I don't know. And it's got good white contrast. I could use Captain tape, but that's thicker than this stuff. I just want to see where the wires are laying, and this is perfect for doing that. Plus, if the coils get too hot, this stuff would just melt. It would melt at 260 Celsius apparently. Mind you, the bobbins would probably melt before that anyway, so I'm not worried. Because it's ABS, so that would melt at 250 or something. The only thing I hate about doing this is the stink of all this acetone when I'm doing all the windings. Let's go back a bit. Oh, I can't see. Get the watchmaker blasted on it again, because it's important to get it started right. The wires will push it up a bit. I think we're good. Quick. Right, there we go. You see how I'll do it. And I'm going to go and make myself another coffee. I'm going to have a break because I've got neck ache. I'll turn this light off for a bit. Save my battery, because this thing needs on batteries. I'm going to go and make myself a nice hot cup of coffee because I need a break. Because I tell you, when you're winding this, it's easy to wind because it's so guided and everything. It's really easy. It's just that when I get this, it's getting to the ends. It's a pain in the neck. I mean, literally, because I have to crook my neck when I'm looking down there to to make sure I'm right at the end and everything, and put my zooming glasses on and everything else. And yeah, I just need a coffee right now. I'll be back in 5 minutes, something like that. This coffee's gone cold. buy the 3D print. Oh, look at this. Just came off the printer bed. These acetone treated. I've got to put it in the magic stuff. So I'm going to put this in my container and I need to fill up my fridge anyway with acetone because it's empty. Right, that's going to sit in there for an hour. Well, an hour and a half actually, because it's quite a big thing. So this is what it's like every day of my life. Finding coils and 3D printing and making things and getting no money, no appreciation. Yeah, well, it's fun as well. Some of it's fun anyway, not all of it. But when your end result comes out like that, it's a good day. Just this one, I balanced it. Oh, there's a magnet somewhere around here. Oh, it's that thing. A big generator, it's attracting it. It's alright over here. If a bit sideways, it should be there. Yeah, right balance, but if you get it at an angle to the generator, it affects it. Oh, there's a magnet. Oh, there's a magnet in this thing, isn't there? Yeah, that's what it is. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's a magnet on this this thing here, and that's what is pulling on it. That's why this little arm, when it's moving forward, because it jumps. It's the magnet down there. Huh? Ah! Son of a gun. Ah. Oh. Oh, there's a few times when this has gone wrong. I've had to unwind a few turns. I need to get my glasses on in a minute. My watchmaker's glasses. I think it looks right. The bobbin started to twist a bit on me, so I had to twist it back. What if the eyepiece actually magnifies it? Can't see on the camera very well. Too far away. Yeah, there was a wire looped. I managed to collect it with my fingernail. It was just overlapping a bit. Oh, there's another one there. Oh, you twat. Yeah, I've got to go back a few turns. This is what happens. Happens occasionally. So I've got to go back. So that's going to go up. Because the start is a bit cocker. What's going on here? Now if we go back to start, just do something because something's not laid right. It happens now and then, but it's no biggie. Because it's right at the start. It's only the start where it goes wrong. We at the start of a layer. What I am going to do is put some more PTFE tape on here because and that bit there, it's what threw me off a bit, I think. Right, so I'm just going to put a little PTFE around that one. Across the blade, scars it up as well. I'm not going to put the stuff on it yet, because I can't see the end. Static. Come on. I want to get as close to that top end as possible. Happy man still keeps checking all the time. dry brush. Right. Should work alright this time. Right, let's start again on this first layer. Actually, I forgot how many layers I'm on now. I think this is the third. I'm going to put my watchmaker glasses on just to get this guided right. It's tricky this beginning sometimes. It's pulling up my tape a bit because it's still not dry. Well, I've got to give this tape a minute or two to dry because it's not dried yet. I can see a problem as well. Yeah, that's better. That's why it went wrong. There was a kink, and it was the layer underneath. Oh, it's still not dry. Come on, dry. Well, I'm going to put super glue on it in a minute. Sometimes that works, but it usually works anyway. Yeah, time for some super glue on there. Oh god, that stings my eyes. Right, I'm going to let that dry a minute. I don't want my blade to get stuck to it, so I'm going to move it a bit. Actually, I should have to make one revolution. And then stick that wire in place. I'll wait there a minute. Just let that glue dry a bit, because I don't want to get my blade all mankied up. I don't mind having a break now and then. Waiting for paint to dry or waiting for glue to dry, it's the same thing. Let's see, how far are we? I'm going to move it a bit further. I think I'm going to just skip round past that glue now. Ah, it's ripping the tape. I knew it would. It's not dried yet. I'll just rip this back a minute. I'm impatient. I want to get on with this. The glue bit's here and it's not drying yet. It's because there's nothing to make it set. So, what? Oh, yeah. If I use some of my acetone, that will trigger it. That'll make it set quicker. Yeah, it's going off on it. Oh, in fact my label stuck to the thing. Right. Apparently the US has banned flights to got news alert on my phone. Extended the travel ban from US to UK and UK to US at the moment. Right, that seems to have got it, I think. I just want to get going. Once I get going past this point, I'll be fine. It looks alright. I think it's going to be fine. Right, okay, I can go now. All because of this getting it started, it's just oops. My white PTFE is coming off there. Damn it. So I'm going to do that end as well. I'm going to go a bit. I'm going to be very gentle with it. I don't want to put too much on, so let's put a bit on the end of my hook. Right, I haven't used them much, so it should be alright. Yeah. I think I heard it click. I've still got a bit to go. What the hell? Knocking bobbins off. I'm going to put my glasses on. Let's see. Yeah, I want to push it in a bit. Ah! I don't want you. Go, ouch. Right, that's it. Okay, that's new leather. Right. Why did I always end it with a gap? Need to let that dry a minute. I wish Z would come back on. Zero fossil fuels. Come back on. It's working too loud. Okay, I think I can go to Watt 10 in a minute. I've got a bad feeling that this thing's going to break on me again. Mind you, I did stick it in the vice, so it should be alright. I'm just going to take it slowly. I'm going to put less strain on it by doing it this way. It's going to click in a minute, so I'll turn the light around. Huh. Damn it. Should I come back the other way? Or is this end? See, there's a kink somewhere there, and it's upsetting everything. Right, I see where I am now. I'm going to go up to the end with the manually and make sure it's right. Oh, I see. So it's dropping into there. Yeah. Right, I think we're good now. Right, so I'm just going to put some super glue on. I'm doing this white stuff because sometimes do it all the way along, you see, and it doesn't slip. So I've got a long line of super glue going right over there, right across. I stopped using super glue for a while because, well, I kept running out, but I've got these big bottles now. They will last a lot longer. Come here. Trouble is I've got to get this right, otherwise once it sticks on, I'll stick it over the wire a minute. Because once it's on for good. Yay! Now the other one. Not perfect, but it's contrasting. What we're on for this bobbin's finished. Because I'm not going to do 2 a day, I'm going to do probably 1 a day, because it's very, very stressful. And we'll do some work on that circuit. That's stuck to the super glue already. Oh, I'm just one of them. weird because it takes longer to do the frigging ends than it does to do the rest of the bobbin. I'm using my fingernail to push the wires up to the... What I'm doing is using my thumbnail, I'm pushing the wires tight up against this wall so that they come straight. That's what I'm trying to do. You can't do that though, if there's a bloody kink. If there's a kink that sticks out, then it's got a lot wider diameter and you can't get over the kink. That's why I've got to unwind it sometimes. I think that's about right. I think we're right. I think we're good. And the bobbin's wobbling again. I just want to get one done so I can measure the impedance and check the DC resistance, you know, how many millihenries and all that shit, you know. Because I am using 28 SWD, not 30. Figured because the bobbin's slightly larger, I need a little bit thicker wire because it also increases the current as well. It's getting easier because we're getting near the edge of the rim. As we get further out, it's. I mean, I could wind this loosely and stagger it, but you see, you don't get as much wire on them. You end up with a lot of, with thicker wire, you end up with a lot of gaps. And you don't get as much wire on. That's why I'm doing it like this. I'm really ready for a break. I could always put it aside because that's the thing about this. You can just stop and leave it overnight and come back to it the next day. Because my neck is aching and it's leaning over, I think. I don't know what else it could be. I'm next sprain anyway. Oh, I didn't, I must remember to move the wire across that needle because I didn't do it. I'll do it now. Move out the way, thingy. Yeah, I'm right at the end now. Okay, so I've got a little pit message on there. What's that? Nothing interesting. Right, so we've got to the end of that other layer. I want to go back a touch. That's it, over there. I'm going to super glue it. My super glue tube is getting all manky again, so with acetone, clean this nozzle because it's getting really bad. Don't do this. The lid is stuck on and I can't get the damn lid off. I've taken the liquid super glue at the end, it's just the dry stuff I'm trying to clean off. I hate it when the super glue lid super glues itself to the bloody bottle, and then you get a pair of pliers on it and you try to get it off and you twist the neck off and it breaks, and then it's happened to me a few times. What the hell? A friend of mine's doing a lot of talking. Right, so, oh, got all sorts of crap on here now. Oops. Never mind. Won't make any difference. It's bits of super glue. That'll be alright. Come here. I can't get the end of it. Ah. Oh, this one's easier, I think. Yeah, I've got it. See? Right, let's have a look. Oh, just triggered end. Never mind. It'll be alright. Have to be. Alright. I have to see what my friends are talking about because she's obviously upset about something. She's not talking to me personally. I think it's blocked on. Oh yeah. Oh, she's posting about Trump. What the hell is this? I was looking at the other message. Oh. Oh right. Oh shit. What have we done? Ah! I'm in the wrong place now. Something's frozen up on me. Oh, come here. I hate it when it does that. It flashes a message up, you go and read it, and you're reading it, and all of a sudden it disappears on you. I don't know how to navigate this on my phone. Oh, must be that one. This is private message. This is stupid thing. I want to see what the post was about, not the messages. Stupid thing. What the hell? Oh, it must be that one. No. I give up. I'll go on my computer and look at it. Can't navigate it. It's useless. Go back and discard. I don't know how to work that. Oh. Alright. I can, yeah. Yeah, well, I've got noise reduction on. I'll turn the noise reduction off, that should help. Hang on. It will get hissy though. I'm on the camera. Right, it's going to get really noisy now, but you should be able to hear me better. It's because I'm on a crystal mic. It'll be right now, so yeah, sorry about that. But you said my audio was low. I can't turn it any louder. If I bring the microphone closer, maybe that will help, but it's muffled. Oh, damn it, hang on. Don't know, is that any better? Right, I brought the microphone a bit nearer. I've turned the noise suppression off as well. So you should be able to hear me now better. I'm winding these coils, the new extra big bobbins, and I'm tired and I want to do that circuit board now because it's dark outside, and yeah, sorry about static, that's what I mean. It's because I need to build a preamp for this microphone, and I keep meaning to do it. I just haven't got around to it. I need to boot. It's a crystal mic. Crystal mics generate their own voltage, but the problem is the computer doesn't really recognise crystal microphones properly, and they don't have a preamp on them, and they tend to pick up a lot of noise for some reason. I don't know why. It's probably the impedance that's a mismatch, but at some point I'll build a preamp for the mic, and then that will get rid of all the hiss, but I just haven't got around to it yet. But anyway, so I'm just winding this coil. I was hoping to finish this one coil off. I want to get this coil finished, and then I can go onto that circuit board. I'm not far off winding it. I mean, I'm nearly full. I've nearly got this bobbin full now. I think another 3 layers, and I should be there with this. Right. Yeah, I'm using Teflon tape. Yeah, it's Teflon tape. The reason I'm using it, as explained earlier in the video, in the stream, is because it's about 0.1 of a millimetre thick, and because it's so thick it doesn't take up any room. It doesn't really take up any room, so I can get more copper wire on. If I was using that other tape, I wouldn't get as much wire on, and it's just for contrast, that's all. That's the only reason I'm putting it on, just so I can see the windings are wound properly, you know, that's all. I could use Captain tape, but that stuff's thicker than this. This is so thin. It's perfect for giving me a contrasted layer to see what I'm doing. It won't affect the thermal of the coil anyway, really. They get quite warm, but if part of the coil inside was to get too hot, it would just melt straight through the Teflon anyway. if it got that hot. I mean, I can't see it getting that hot really, to be honest. Hang on a minute. This stuff's really hard to work with. As you know yourself, you work with it. It's easy to crinkle it if you're not looking what you're doing. Well, you can hear me on the stream, I hope, because I don't want to be typing it really, because my hands are full. Oh, my bobbin, that's my new magnet holder. An hour's gone. Bloody hell, I can't believe an hour's gone already. Oops. So, does it need another 30 minutes? Yes, it does. So I'm soaking a bobbin in acetone at the moment. A new magnet holder, I should say. It needs another 30 minutes. Hopefully I will have finished winding this bobbin by then. It's nice and solid. Right, did I put this on the other side? Did I change this wire to the other side of the needle? I can't remember now. Yeah, I did. So in America it looks like they're going to set Trump up to he's going to be the fall guy when the virus goes wrong. When the virus starts killing loads of Americans, apparently he's going to be the one that takes the fall. He's been set up, he doesn't have a clue, he's just been told what to do. Yeah, unfortunately he's going to be the fall guy. That's what Alex Jones says anyway. He's usually right actually about this sort of stuff. Well, Trump's his pal, isn't he? So he wouldn't say that about his pal, would he really? Unless it was true. I need my other goggles on a minute. Can't tell if I've got it laid right at the beginning. Just checking it. I think that's tidying up. Back tension on it. It's crinkled a bit there. Not glued properly. It's just the ends are always a problem, because if you don't get the ends right, all the subsequent layers end up being out of alignment. I just got super glue and PTFE tape bonded to my fingernails then.
Just get it started properly at the beginning. I've got a flipping loop or a crossover, the wire's crossed over. How the hell? I've got a wire crossed over, so I've got to back out a bit. God, that's super glue. I'm getting high. No, not really. It stinks. Right. Oh, God, that went right up my frigging nose. It burnt my nose. But these flipping watchmaker glasses, they're out of focus unless you get close. Oh, right, I think I'm alright now. I'll put my ordinary glasses back on, I can start making some headway. This bobbin's cockeyed, straighten out, right. That's better, we're straight now. Right, what, back to 10. Near the end again. That's the thing about this, I love doing the middle bits, but when you get to the end it's a pain, it really is. Right, I'm near the end, it's going to click in a sec. There, just click there. I've done it that many times, I know exactly when it's going to do it. Right, tighten my nut again because it gets loose. Put my wire on the other side of the needle, back it out. Right, whole thing all over again. The tedious part all over again, the part that I hate doing. all over again. Oop. Don't you break on me. Right. More super glue. We're nearly there. We've only got a couple of layers to go, I think. I only use the tweezers to grab it so I can feed it through. Once it's stuck to the super glue, it's stuck for good. Thing is, that super glue goes right through PTFE tape. It goes right the way through. All my other coils have got the same stuff underneath, by the way. I did all the other coils the same way, and they've all been fine. I'm going to use some super glue on this again because I don't want that stuff peeling back like it did last time, because it started to peel back on me, so I'm gonna, oops. That's not going anywhere. Right. Right, this end is good. It's the other end I seem to have problems with, I don't know why. Maybe I've just got something out of alignment on it. I want to get this coil finished. The bigger this diameter gets, the harder it is. That's why I'm struggling right now. It's the amount of leverage on the outside circumference of the coil, it's dragging me more and more as I get bigger and bigger. So I'll do it like this, it's easier. Ah, this is where it starts to drift a bit. And I'm going to put my goggles on again because there's a problem at this end, it's just starting to slip. Look how smooth that is. Just this end. Right, where's my hook? Right, that wire is slipping, so I'm going to super glue this while I'm at it. Right, if I pull that with my hook and I stick some glue on it, it should hold it from slipping. More stink. It's this stinky super glue. If I stick the wires together, they won't slip anymore, you see. That's what I'm thinking. Right, if I keep going up a bit. Don't you dare slip. I don't know if it's stuck yet. No, it's not. Well, I'm going to have to let this dry for a minute or two before I move forward, because the wires at this end just keep slipping into a gully, which got there because I made a mistake earlier on, which I was talking about. If you make one mistake, it haunts you for the rest of the flipping wind all the way through to the end. And I obviously got something wrong, so I must have crossed over some wires. I crossed over a wire when I was winding at this end, and every time I get to the same point, the wires start jumping, and yeah, if you don't try to keep it corrected, it just gets worse and worse and worse as further along you go. So I'm going to have some of my coffee. I think maybe 3 more layers of wire on there. Yeah, no, I designed the coil winder. It's my own. It's my own design. I can send you it if you want it. Self-guided. There's I stuck a magnet on the back. Hyde will tell you. I mean, I modelled it about, what was it, a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago. I can't remember now. I modelled it about a year ago or 2 years ago. I'll show you it. Hang on. I'll go in the. I need a break anyway. I'll go in the SketchUp model and I'll show you the SketchUp model a bit. Where's my mouse? Are you still listening, Ken, at the moment? Just give me a minute. Let me just put the picture on again. need to minimize that. We're just loading that sketch up so I can see my design. It might interfere with my streaming a bit. It might get a bit laggy, I don't know. Should be alright. Right, so choose application. Right, oh, I want desktop. I want the you should be able to see this in a minute. Make that window a bit bigger. Oops, wrong one. Hang on, what have we done here? How do I make the window down? It's even bigger. Ah, that's it. Right, hang on. Right, let me just open it, I'll show you it. Open. It's coil winder, there we go, here it is. I can always send it to you if you want it. There's my coil winder. And there's a blade that follows the wire. That white thing there is the blade that follows the wire. You can either have the wire through the needle, eye of the needle, or if it's too thick you just put it around one side of the needle, and there's a little slot at the top there. This little slot is also a wire guide. You just put the wire through there, and if the hole's too small in the needle, it will guide through that, which is what I'm using right now. So you've got the eye of the needle for very thin wire, which is very fine and needs to be guided really well. But the magnet's not included on here. I've stuck a magnet on the back of there and a metal plate, which is not in the model because it's steel. There's my stand that I broke earlier. That's for the holding of the magnifying glass, that yellow thing. And those are the things I need to reprint because I broke them. They actually snapped on me, these little things here. I need to print those at some point, because mine is starting to get a little bit worn out as well. And there's my crank handle. There's no bearings in this. I need friction on it, you see. I need friction on it to and the magnetic clasps, so the magnets go inside here. So if I edit this, edit group, and if I hide that, there's actually you can't see the magnet clasps on here. Oh, that's weird. Oh, hang on a minute. Undo, hide. Just a minute, let's go to this. Where is it? Oh, go on X-ray. Hang on, X-ray. Oh, these are the ones with screws in. Oh, there must be another version I did. Hang on. I did another version with the magnets. These are the ones with the screws. Yeah, that's the one with screws in. Oh, that's weird. Where's my other one? Just a minute. Where are we? Oh, it might be hidden, just a minute. View, hidden, geometry. No, it's not there. Ah. Yeah, it must be different. Oh, this must be the old version. Hang on, let me find the other version. It must be that one. What? I'm in the same one. What the hell? You see, I've got magnetic clasps on here. I designed the magnet slots, as you can see on the other screen. We've got magnets in. There's insets for the magnet, so they just clip on like that and hold the whole thing. And there's one on this side as well, magnets like that. So it holds this in place, and I can take these clasps off. The whole lot just comes out. Well, I can't find the damn thing. I modelled it and it's in here somewhere. Oh, let's arrange by name. I maybe got 3 models and that's one. Huh, that's weird. I don't know where it is. Huh. Well, the most recent one that I modified is that one. So it's got to be that one. What the hell's going on? Let me just... Let's just have a look a minute. I might be missing something here. Let me just... Edit group. Right, copy that. Copy. Let's come out. What the hell is that? Oh, that's my adapter. Right. Paste. Let's look underneath a minute. Oh yeah, there's my magnet holes. That's what I was looking for. My magnet holes are there. That's where the magnets go in, them little rectangular boxes. Right? So my magnet holders are there. They're on this model. So you just put magnets in both sides. Right. I don't know why I couldn't see it on it. I don't know why I couldn't see it on the X-ray. Oh, that's weird. Let's just go back in here again. Right. Oh, there they are. Look, there's my bloody magnet holes. Why couldn't I see them before? They're there. There's the rectangular holes. That's where the magnets go. And those are the pins that go through. Right, so this is the latest one. Right, I'm just going to undo everything that I've just changed anyway, because undo, I don't know, mess up my model. So anyway, that's the latest model, but I'll send it to you if you want it. And there's this white thing here is what holds the magnifying glass when which is also there. If you look down here, it's there. So my magnifier, I went and dropped it earlier and I went to smash my handle. You should be able to see what I'm doing. So the magnifying glass clips into the ear like this. The only reason I didn't put it on today is because I'm using the camera, and when I put the magnifying glass on there, you can't see a damn thing. So that's why I was going to put it on there and look. But so that's a magnifying glass stand that goes on there. Right. Right. So we'll go back to. I might as well save it. Then it'll be new in the list, and I'll be able to find it again. So I'm just going to change that to. Back to my design spot. Actually, I'll turn off that thing now. Anyway, I've got to sort that circuit board. Yeah, I'll send it to you. It works really well, as you can see. It works great. You just got to make sure that you get the start. You've got to make sure you start it perfectly on each layer, as I said, because if you don't get the layers just right at the start, and if you don't get this wheel with the rubber belts on it, I don't know if you can see the rubber belts. These rubber belts turn the shaft. There's no thread on the shaft. They just turn the shaft to reduce friction, so the blade that's resting on the coil can be this arm can move along easily. Otherwise, it would bind up and it gets stuck. But because this metal rod is being turned by the crank handle at the same time, and it kind of jumps with these rubber bands, because it turns, it reduces the friction. So this arm can move left and right easily without binding up and getting stuck. And I move this arm, every time you widen it, you have to move this arm back tension it, so you're putting back pressure on it so it doesn't walk too far. Otherwise this tends to walk too far to one side, so this keeps it held up against the wire basically. So the wire's pulled, if you look at an angle, the wire's at an angle, this arm is being pulled in that direction, you know, that way, slightly, and the blade that's resting on the coil is pulling it in that direction, right, that direction, so that it's always got a little bit of back tension against the windings. If you don't have that, it won't guide itself. And it was a little bit fiddly setting it up initially, but it works pretty well. I'll send you the model there, and then you can have a play with it. You have to stick a magnet on like I've got. I've got a steel bar at the bottom, a long bar with a magnet stuck to the back of this arm at the bottom. That's what gives it that tension there, the magnet. And the magnet's even all the way along, so it keeps that blade pressed against the coil basically. But the further it gets away from the coil, the less tension there is on it. I just need to finish this end off and I can get some more. It's just the ends are a pain in the neck. but it's no more than it's a lot quicker to wind coils, especially if you've got a really long coil. You'd have to scale it wider or something so you could do a really long coil. It would have to be scaled wider or something. And you could do really long coils on it if it was scaled wide, but not at the moment, because right, this one's go up. Ouch. I need to take my thing out the acetone in a sec as well. I'm going to put my magnifying glass on here. Forgive me because I'm sick of putting them damn goggles on. Because I want to... oops, just come out of there. That'll be alright. I'm just... okay, right. That thing come out my thingy jig. That's why I put a slot in the side so the wire can just literally slide into a slot, and then you don't have to thread everything through, which would be a real nightmare. Right. Right, ready to put some more tape on there now, but I've got to take my thing out the acetone because I think it's done. So my thing has been acetone, so now I take it out. I'll get my drill, 6mm drill, so I'm going to lift it out of the box because it's all sticky. So I take the thing out, the acetone now, which has been in there for about an hour and a half. Get my drill, stinks in there right now. Don't want the disc, I just take the whole drum out, put this lid back on. Ooh. And I'll finish it off. You can see how shiny it is. It's the acetone. It's been in the acetone vapour for an hour and a half. You can see the way it looks right now. So what I'll do now is I'll push the drill all the way through. It should be slightly drying a bit. And get my drill. And now I'll just ream it out like this. And then it will fit perfectly on that spindle. And it's dried a bit on the outside, so I can touch it and take my drill out. All that crap comes out, put it back on again, because I have to spray it as well, because the spraying seals the outside shell. And if you watch the camera, I get my acetone, which is in this perfume bottle actually, and now I just spray it all. Away from me, obviously. So I've got a rubber mat. It's just to glaze it over and seal the outside shell of it. Now the end. Now the top. That's why I keep the drilling, because I won't be able to hold it otherwise. And oops, I Now I'll just let it dry. Oh, I need a bit more now. It just fills in them gaps and holes, and I need a bit more on the outside because it was right. Oops, keep catching the damn clips. Turn that bright light off because it's really bright. And now I'll just do this for a while to let it dry a bit, then I can put it down somewhere. This is my new magnet drum that I've just printed today and treated with acetone. Once it's dry enough to touch, I can take it off the drill. There's the other one I did earlier, I don't know if you saw it. This is the other one that's got magnets in now. That's what it'll come out like when it's been in a while. When it's this acetone dries, I probably should put it back in the container for a while actually. That's what I normally do, put it back in here for a bit, once I can touch it. So now I take the thing off, it's dry enough to touch now, so I'm going to leave it in there for another 15 minutes in the drum, inside this container. I've got to get it off this damn drill. Right, so I'm just going to put it lightly on the end so I can just get the drill out. So I'm going to put it back in the drum for about 15 minutes, and then when it comes out it'll be, I'll just let it dry, so it's going to go back in here for 15 minutes. And it comes off the end of my drill now. Put this back in, and I'm going to leave it in there for 15 minutes so it doesn't go have that white pasty look, because if I don't do this it'll have a white pasty look on it because there's impurities in the acetone. So put it back in this container for 15 minutes now, and when it comes out it'll look like that one, you know. I've sandpapered the ends though, but it won't be as white pasty though, you know. How it knows to switch back and forth? Oh, the winder. It knows that by the back tension arm. This thing here. This. I'll move the camera, didn't I? It knows when to switch back and forth by this arm here, and also because this is putting back tension on the wire, so it's pulling the wire a certain direction. If you watched the live stream earlier, when I'm winding from right to left, the arm is on the left. When I'm winding from left to right, when I'm winding from right to left, the arm is on the right. when I'm winding from left to right, the arm is on the left. Okay, get it? That's what. But the actual blade is following the wire. There's a blade in here, a little blade. I don't know if you can see it. I'll unclip it in a minute. Hang on. There's a blade that follows the wire there. That blade, I cut it out. I made it out of. I just got a bit of steel actually. You can use a Stanley blade that's blunted, but I made this round curved blade, and that follows the wire. That follows the wire there. That's resting on the bobbin against the wire. So right, I'm going to put some more Captain, some more super glue on, and some more white tape again. I'm using this nylon thing to move the super glue around. It won't stick to the super glue because it's nylon. Super glue won't stick to nylon, so that's why I use that. Doing the last part of the bobbin is the best part because it's the easiest part really. Usually. So the wire is on the left side of the needle, or it would be in the middle of through the needle eye, in which case you don't need to change it, you just change the arm to its pointing to the left. So when we're winding the wire from left to right, this arm points to the left, right? And what brings the arm forward is this rubber band that's on this drive, this shaft, it's like a slide bar. This arm has got to be adjusted left and right, up against the wire or up against the edge of the start end. So the wire that comes round will push it along, and as it pushes it along, it guides itself. So effectively, the wire that it's just laid down previously, the previous turn of wire that's on the bobbin is what's guiding the blunted blade and moving it along. So it's like a record player, it's following a groove. Only instead of following a groove, it's following a piece of wire that's sticking out, which is on the bobbin. And that's why it's tricky to get it started, because when I'm first starting off, there is nothing to guide it properly, because it's up against this bobbin rim. This bobbin rim, the edge of the bobbin, this rim, gets in the way of the blade, and it causes some issues. So I've got to get the first 3 or 4 turns just right before I can start cranking the speed up. Right, and this thing here, this pulley has to turn with the rubber band around this crank handle, because if it doesn't, it binds up. And I use a bit of WD-40 on it just to. Ooh, I've made a mess now. It won't do any harm to the plastic. WD-40 won't. But I just don't like it getting smelly and messy. So now that this is on here, and because the diameter is getting bigger, there's less force pulling this forward, so I've got to put a bit of back pressure on my finger now, because the diameter of this bobbin is getting so big, there's not enough magnetism from that magnet down there that's pulling it. So I'm going to put a bit of back pressure on it with my finger, just to make sure it doesn't jump off over the wire, which is what it does sometimes, which is what it's doing right now. That's when wires get crossed over if it's not guided properly. And this arm wants to be further back because I need more back tension on it. If there's not enough back tension on it, this thing will walk and you'll end up with gaps between your wires. If there's not enough back tension, the arm can walk further and you end up with gaps, and then your wires are all spread out. That happens if you haven't got enough back tension with this arm pulling it back, or enough forward tension to keep the blade against the bobbin so that it follows the wires properly, because it has to follow the previous turn. If it doesn't follow it, you're not going to get a good wire wrap. It comes out total. It's harder when you get to the top because there's less back tension, but it's working still, as you can see. I'm not guiding it myself, I'm just putting some back tension on there. Now I should be able to wind it with a bit more speed, unless it breaks on me, which it probably will at some point, because I keep super gluing the damn thing together again. I suppose you could watch this at times 10 speed on YouTube at some point, and you should be able to see how fast it can go. Wishful thinking. I've got to keep my finger on this magnet clasp, because if I don't, this thing flies off, you know. There's a lot of pressure on here. You see that arm just moved as the tension got too large? This arm just moved this way a bit. It's all a bit of practice really, just getting to know how to do it. Now it jumped there, because we're at the end. So now I move this arm to the right. I have to tighten my screw up again because it got loose. Oh, hang on, is it? Yeah. Tighten my screw up. Now I move the needle, the wire on the. Now I move the wire across the other side of the needle, which is what I'm doing right now. Move that back because I'm at the end. Right. Yeah, I'm full up now, so I can get another wrap on there. I think I can get one more wrap on here. I think probably two actually, but probably see about maybe I won't get two on. I mean, maybe I'll get you see. I want it to finish at this end because that's where the wire starts, at this end on this copper tab. I want it to finish at this end on this copper tab, so I could wind that way, wind back, and I might not have enough room to go back again. I might be able to get 3 more wraps on there. Maybe. The way to find that out is to get my gauge, get my calipers. Oh, get it set right. Zero it. So measure the thickness of the wire, which is 0.44 millimeters. Right, 0.44 millimeters. Now I measure the depth between the edge of the bobbin and the wire. It says 0.8 millimeters. So 0.8 millimeters. 0.8 millimeters is the depth between the edge of the bobbin and the wire. That means I could only get 2 more rows on here maximum before it gets to the outside of the bobbin. The reason why it's so critical is because it's got to fit in the magnet hole, the bobbin holder, which is this. If it's any larger than the bobbin holder, and this is a snug fit, I'll show you what I mean. Get another bobbin. Look how snug it is. That's a very tight fit in there. Right? That's tight. If the wire's any thicker, the bobbin is going to expand too much, which means my bobbin won't go inside the device, because that will get too big as well. It expands sideways. So that means I'm going to do one more wrap. I'm going to go from this end to that end, and that's it, because I can't get I can get one more wrap on there, and if I go for 2 I need 3, because I need to come back this way for that. So I'm just going to do one more wrap on here, and then that one should be done. Ah, I dropped the super glue! Ah! Oh, I'm going to have super glue on my fingers now. I hope I'm stuck my carpet. Wait for it, when I get up I'll find I'm stuck to the chair. I'm using acetone because the neck of the bottle's got a bit. I hate it when that happens. You drop the super glue and you don't know where it goes. When it squirts out, if it does. Bad news. Right. I think I've got some on my finger. When I start having accidents, that means I've had enough. It's time to pack up. Because another thing, I need to wrap Captain tape around this as well, so I need a bit of extra room to wrap the Captain tape on the final layer. So yeah, this is the last wrap anyway. After I put this PTFE on, it's the last wrap for this bobbin. Ah dear. I need my magnifying glass. Thank God it's super glued alright. I'm going to light on the situation. Well, that'll have to do. It's the last wrap anyway, so. Oh, my thing was coming out. So that's done, and then you'll see how shiny it is when I take it out. Where's my drill gone? Oh. Okay, I'm taking it out now. Ooh! Cherry red. gold cherry red, that is. It's almost translucent. I'll just let that dry. So I'm going to stick this across the other side of the room. Look how shiny it is now. I can't really see properly. There's too much light over here now. That's too bright. Come out really nice. Which way? That way? So I'm just going to stick this over there, let it dry. Nice and slowly. Right. So the arm is over to the right when I'm winding from right to left. I hope this thing don't break on me. I'm so close. You know, this arm broke earlier. I'd have to super glue it back together. I'm just going to do it this way because it's less stress on it. That arm wants to move a bit. It snapped off a few times, by the way. This arm has snapped a few times. I had to put some back support on it. I need to update the model and the SketchUp model to strengthen it before I send it to you, Ken. Because this arm snapped off a few times. I've super glued it back and I put some support thing underneath there. So I need to add that to the model. Oops, just jumped one there. Good thing I saw that. We're at the end just about. That's because this arm wants to be further to the left. Too much back tension can cause that. Now we're at the end. I can move this arm out of the way because I've got to guide it manually now. Because I wanted the wire to go up with that copper tab. So, oops. Right, this is where I'm going to push the wire through this copper tab and then I'm going to solder it on later on. So I need to leave a bit of extra wire on it, so I'm going to cut it back here. So the wire is going to get cut here. I've cut the wire now. And I'm going to poke it down inside that copper thing that I made earlier. Like that. And I'm going to super glue this wire before it flies off on me. Blue tack. I need some blue tack to hold it temporarily. Stick it over here. Right, super glue. So one bobbin has been wound. Oh, God knows how long it's taken me. I must have live streamed all of it. I did. Was probably 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. I don't know how long I've been going. So now it's captain tape on. So I've got to let that dry, the super glue dry, so that wire doesn't fly off, and then I'm going to take it all off and wrap some captain tape around it. I can show you close up while it's on there, just a minute. I'll just lift the whole thing up. You should be able to, let's get it under the, oh, I need more light. Where are we? It's difficult knowing which way to go. There's the bobbin. This camera doesn't focus so well. Probably too much light on it. This camera doesn't focus at all, actually. I should have said. Doesn't have autofocus on it. But what I can do is I could. I'll show you a still shot later. I'll take a picture of my phone. Hang on. I'll take a picture with my phone and then I'll send it to you on Discord. Right. So I'm going to send you that picture. What am I doing? Wrong one. Oops. Hang on a minute. Right, I just sent you a picture, Ken, you can have a look at. Just anyone that's watching on YouTube. I don't know if that shows up better off the camera. Probably not. Right, anyway, I think it's time to end the stream actually anyway, because I've got to sort that circuit board out and I can't be doing another 3-hour stream with that. Oh, the stream's going to be so bloody long, no one's going to watch it. Best to do a separate stream I think, maybe, but there's no point really. I'm tired anyway, I want a break. You know it's like, well, you know what Captain Tape looks like anyway. I'm just going to wind up with some of this on the outside, and that's basically it, and soldering the tabs on, the wires onto the tabs, and that's it really. But that super glue is tacky, so I'm leaving it for a bit. So yes, I'm going to disappear. I could use that still image as my YouTube thumbnail, I suppose. It might be too big though. stupid thing. Something kept falling on my keyboard. Thought it was going to do something. Right, anyway, I'm going to end it now, so we'll be back later.